Boeing and Sinclair and Wells Fargo and Comcast, even though they own NBC, which is not so nice to the presidency or the president. But Comcast also, they all have made tremendous contributions to their employees and tremendous contributions to spending money in this country because of the tax bill.
That was President Trump in the Oval Office before he signed the historic tax cut bill. The media now has repeatedly said companies will simply pocket their tax breaks and not spend it on taxpayers. Well, here are 20 companies that now say they will invest in workers. The list includes big corporations like Walmart, Home Depot, Coca-Cola, Chevron, United Technologies, Sinclair Broadcasting, PNC, Comcast, AT&T, FedEx, and much, much more. Now, all of these companies, by the way, this list nearly tripled in just 2 days' time. All of these companies point to tax cuts as the reason why they will reinvest in their operations, in their workers, with higher pay, bonuses, and more capital investment here in the United States. Again, all this is within just 48 hours of the initial list of 7. Now it's nearly tripled. Joining me now, South Carolina Congressman Ralph Norman. Congressman, good to see you. These are major companies. How can Democrats and the media deny that the tax cut bill benefits the economy?
Well, they really can't. Well, I was listening to Nancy Pelosi on the floor, and she was, reading off her script of this is rich versus poor, Frankenstein, this is Armageddon. I don't know what world she's from. It's just not true. And, this is going to benefit 80% of the people. And just like the stock market's done, just like the president has said, people are ecstatic about this. I'm small business. I know what expensing is. And it's such a good thing, and it's so disingenuous for her to say that. I hope she keeps saying it because, we're all up for election next year. I will gladly run on this tax cut and let the American people, don't take my word for it, take what actually happens, and it's going to be a good thing. It is a good thing for this country.
Congressman Dr. Art Laffer, the economist, has said, he quoted Dick Armey and Jack Kemp saying liberals love workers, but they hate companies that employ those workers. The list of companies reacting positively to the tax cuts, as we just pointed out, we've been breaking this news, more news coming in by the minute. That list almost tripled to 20 in just 2 days. So what do you see for 2018?
Well, it's going to get better, and Congressman Wilson and I will be going to a small company in Casey, South Carolina this coming Wednesday. They're going to offer money for their employees. And so let the results show. That's what this president is doing. He's results-oriented, and the American people are the beneficiaries. And you're going to see small companies, other than the 30 that you see now. I imagine it'll be over 100 when this is all said and done. And in the first quarter of 2018, people will see it in their paychecks, which is a good thing. And it's so disingenuous for the left to keep saying this is rich versus poor. This is helping everybody. And so I'm excited, and the country ought to be excited for what's happening.
Switching gears, government shutdown averted last night. What happens in January? Because there's big fights over immigration and defense spending now. What happens in January?
Well, what I saw happen on the floor, the Democrats didn't think we had the votes to pass our continuing resolution. We showed them. We did. And so what we'll see in January is we'll come up with a budget. And as you know, our problem is spending. That's what we're going to be tackling. And I welcome the challenge because now that tax reform is done, now that Americans are going to see more money in their pockets, we're going to tackle our spending problem. And I'm simply, along with a lot of other Republicans, are not content to let our grandchildren go into their lives with a $22 trillion debt. We've got to get our house in order, and you'll see us doing that.
Congressman, maybe the way to pay for infrastructure is to get rid of that Wall Street loophole called carried interest, where the hedge fund guys and private equity crowd pays at the lower 20% income tax break. That's kind of a black eye in the tax cuts, right? Because now Democrats can say, you guys really are about tax cuts for the upper brackets when you're taking away SALT and state and local tax deductions and business deductions from the little guy. Are you guys going to fix that? Are you going to shut it?
Well, I mean, look at SALT. We put a $10,000 cap on it. And as former Congressman Mulvaney says, the rest of the country shouldn't be penalized because the states can't get competitive rates. Maybe this will be incentive for them to lower their tax rate. You know, it's the best deal that I've ever had is when both sides don't get everything they want. And I've heard about the carried interest, how people weren't happy with that. But look at the good part of this. And if I hear the corporations demagogue one more time, it's as if they think robots run corporations. And we cut it 14 points. And look at the corporations that are paying their employees the money that they are. And it's an exciting time to be in Washington. Yeah. And it's an exciting time for conservatives.
Yeah, you're talking about that corporate tax rate now dropping below Italy and France and United Kingdom. It's amazing that we had a higher rate than those guys. Congressman Ralph Norman, Merry Christmas to you. We love having you on the show. Come back soon.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions looking now at the Uranium One Russia deal that has connections to the Clintons. Also, that tax break we were just talking about for Wall Street that was not eliminated by the tax bill. Will President Trump be able to keep his campaign promise to get rid of it? Look who we're bringing in, RNC spokesperson Kelly McEnany. She's here next. Stay right there. Don't go away.